defend myself, in order to defend myself in this situation, which is why I just told that little part of it earlier, y'all should have told me what y'all was about to do. You know, if they would have, if going in, okay, we're about to put you under, even if I wouldn't have woke up as startled. Basically, my last memory was talking to a black woman and waking up and then I woke up with a white woman next to me. It was very weird. I know, whatever. But and a little bit agitated and kind of, apparently I was fighting just a little bit, but it's all good. So, I don't remember that. Then I woke up again in recovery. But my only thing is I should have had to, okay, we're about to count you, count backwards from 10. Then, the last place my brain would have been was I was getting put under, and then I wouldn't have been so confused when I woke up. I just wanted to share that, though. It was all good. The staff overall did a good job, was what it was. I'm in a better place now, so it's all good. I'm saying, a little sore, just like I got cut. So, you're going to be a little sore. But it's all gravy. But at any rate, that was the whole reason why I was out for so long. So my apologies to anybody who may or may not have gave it down. All right, man. This is the Underground Railroad Show with ThatNinjaOnSpreaker.com, live from the Man Cave Studios, broadcasting on WSMU. Shout out to Doug Stewart. Thanks for the opportunity, sir. And shout out to my man, Chief Rocker, Jersey Vern, who kicked the show earlier, the recap show. Gave us 2 hours as opposed to his normal 3, because like I said, life gets in the way. Shout out Chief Rock. Appreciate you doing that, sir. And Jeff Fox this morning kicked off the day on the programming on WSME, trying to grow the format. It is what it is, man. I don't have any restrictions other than musical, so shout out to Doug for that. That's why I wanted to bring that up. Told me I can do my show like I do it. So there are no restrictions in my commentary, what I'm going to say and what I'm going to get into. And one more thing, man, before we get this thing going. Shout out to Baby Girl. My baby girl made her middle school volleyball team 7th grade. They have 7th and 8th grade team. I didn't realize they separated it. They didn't do that back in my day in my school. But she made the 7th grade volleyball team with middle school that she's getting ready to go to next year. So shout out to the youngin'. And I also have something else to say along those notes. Go ahead, give us some more applause. Give us some more applause. Because on the low, she dominated tryouts. Dominated. Showing out in every aspect. Damn it, club ball paid off. Should have. What's that shit called? Woo! But shout out to the youngin', and I do have an announcement. Shout out to her making the volleyball team. Shout out to her doing very well in the tryouts, standing out. Didn't get to see it, man. They closed tryouts off. It's not like it was when I was growing up. Well, when I was growing up, everybody could come in. The parents came in and watched tryouts, but different ball game now. Stalling just a little bit because I wanted to do this announcement properly. Man. Sorry for this pause, y'all. I'm sorry. I should have had this ready, and I did not have it ready. But it shouldn't take me long to get to that point. I really should be here already. Damn, I'm so sorry for this pause. I got y'all, man. I got to do this properly. Because, before she was referred to as a Little Ninja and Little TT, but she has an official name she would like to be referred to. So I'm trying to make sure I do this right, and it really shouldn't be taking me this long again. I apologize for this little pause, man. Let me get it going. This is terrible. Where is that? Should be like right there. Okay. My apologies. All right, let me just go ahead and say it. From this day forward, since I can't find the proper damn music for it, still trying. One time, that's it right there. Okay, forget it. There it is. Damn, took forever. From this day forward, my daughter will be known as the Silent Assassin. That's a preferred nickname that was bestowed upon her by somebody else. True nicknames you don't make up yourself. Somebody else thought of that. And it's true to form, trust me, it's earned. So from now on, if we bring up any volleyball accolades or anything like that, or when she comes on for the food tournament, it's the Silent Assassin. Okay, man, we got all that out the way. Appreciate y'all tolerating that. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get this thing going. Y'all know what it is. It's the Underground Railroad Show with ThatNinjaOnSpreaker.com. I do my show like I always do it. I'm going to get into some topics today. It's NFL heavy, man, in case you didn't realize that. I'm sure you heard a bunch of ball all day. James Harden, teams being eliminated. Play that may or may not have been dirty. I feel at this point you should be about done with that. Shouldn't really want to hear much more of that, and I hope you don't, because you're not going to hear that shit here. But what we're going to do now is get my show going, and I can't get my show going until I get into my perception versus reality.
Here come the drums.
musical restrictions. You get the point. Can't trust it. And you can't trust the mainstream media. You can't trust things you hear. You can't trust everything you're being told. And that's why I have this little segment, perception versus reality. Just because my mind races along those lines, man. So this is just something I kind of wanted to implement into the show. I finally found a way to do it. So this is how I kick my show off. Just for those who don't know, having said all that, man. In perception versus reality today, I'm doing it a little bit different today. Just a little bit different today. Basically, what I'm going to do today is I have the title of the show. Preparation is key. What do I mean by this? What I mean when I say preparation is key, you must prepare. You got to prepare anything. If you're going to cook, you got to prepare your food. If you're going to take a trip, you got to prepare to go on a trip. You got to pack. You got to plan. You got to get your money together. Everything takes preparation. So if you want to push a narrative, if you want to put forth an agenda, if you want to start to plant seeds in the minds of people on certain things you want talked about or done, preparation is key. You must prep it. How do you prep it? You do articles. You plant little seeds here and there. You do things in the off season when people aren't paying attention, little small things that'll carry over into the season if you're not paying attention. I have several examples of these. Let's see how many we'll get into. And what I'm going to do, a little bit different in my perception versus reality today, what I'm going to do is counteract. What I have is a lot of headlines and articles designed to shape your mind, or without you even thinking about it, when you read it, it puts it in your head so later on they can kind of push an agenda. So what I have is, and you know my motto when I talk about this, the coverage that we get is always sideways and crooked and one-sided. So the way that they cover us and the way they write about us, there's a reason for it. There's an agenda they have. So what I'm going to do is give you headlines that are for colonizers and ninjas, and I will give you the adverse or the antithesis of that headline of what it would be if it was one or the other. So if it's a sorry about that. If it's a headline that shows favoritism towards a colonizer, I'll show you what it would read, or I will translate what it would read if it was for a ninja. If it's a headline that's for a ninja that seems to be negative, I'll transfer it to what it would be for a colonizer. So that's what I'm going to do in this perception versus reality, and in doing so, I'm going to make a few points, go here and there like I always do. Then, afterwards, we'll get everybody introduced. While doing that, I'll get reaction to the opening rant. That's kind of how I kick my show off and get things going. Just to try to have a little take, man, as opposed to not doing anything mundane to get it started. And having said all that, all this explaining is mundane, so let's get into it. Again, man, apologize for that. Let me go ahead and take a swig because I'm having an issue here. Actually, Gatorade, not drinking. That's a lie, I'm sipping. All right, man, let's get into a few of these articles. And what I'm going to do is basically translate these articles. So here's one about Christian McCaffrey. And it says, Kinkley. McCaffrey is going to be a challenge to defend in practice. Okay, obviously I don't like that pick. At number 8, I don't see the skill set. I don't see the reason to pick him up that early. And in my opinion, the media has always been showing him favoritism because he's a colonizer, because he's a white running back, because he's the son of Ed McCaffrey, somebody that's in their business that they like, or just a former player that they like. And colonizers always get favorable coverage. So, kind of a favorable article in his way. Just is very vague, and my thing about it is, in the course of an interview, you ask them a bunch of questions, and depending on what they want to talk about, they pick one line from a whole bunch of questions and use that to push their agenda. Usually not in context. So I'm sure that was said, but there were a lot of other things said, and they chose to put this. So for him, they said McCaffrey's going to be a challenge to defend in practice. If this is a ninja, I think it would read.
McCaffrey really doesn't have a position. He's not big enough to be a running back. He's not tall enough to be a receiver. I just don't know what they're going to do with him, and I really don't understand taking him that high.
And that would be the interpretation of him if he was a ninja, but it's going to be favorable because they like McCaffrey. Another one, Jim Kelly. From Jim Kelly, nephew Chad Kelly finally gets it. For those who don't know, the quarterback at Ole Miss, Chad Kelly, Jim Kelly's nephew, if I'm not mistaken, he's gotten in trouble a lot. He's done a lot of dumb things. I think drinking, maybe. I'm not 100% sure, so I just don't want to say it. I know he's gotten in trouble. I think maybe drinking. I don't know if any drugs have been involved. That's possible, but he's been kind of a knucklehead and gotten a whole bunch of trouble. If I'm not mistaken, he was like literally the last pick in the draft. So again, for a colonizer to be the last pick in the draft, that tells me either his skill level wasn't that high or he really had some serious red flags. So it's Jim Kelly's nephew, Chad Kelly, finally gets it. And again, is Jim Kelly's his uncle? What is he going to say? It's his nephew. So, again, this was said, but there are a lot of other things that could be said about him, and I'm sure they were said. This is the quote they chose to put out there. They're just giving him the benefit of a doubt when there are all kind of red flags in college. Remember the way they get on Cook and everybody else for their indiscretions or anything they may have done in the past? They don't let it go. But in this case, you don't hear anything about Chad Kelly. If this was a ninja, it would probably read,
I really don't understand this pick. The guy has a troubled past. He wasn't that good in college. Threw a lot of interceptions. You just don't want that on your team. I don't understand the pick, and this could hurt them in the long run.
So there's always going to be a difference in the way they do this shit, and it's fucking. I'm just checking out the articles. These are little NFL articles, dude, but they do it every damn year, and this is all prep for the crap they're going to try to pull later on. Listen to all these stupid ass articles. Wyoming's Josh Allen working out with Johnny Manziel. Say what?
Motherfucker.
How's that a good thing? How the hell is that a good thing? Number one, Johnny Manziel's never done shit in the league. Number two, what? Drug addict, woman beater, drinker. Why the hell is it a good thing that he's out with him? Why are you even saying that? Why is that? This is, and Josh Allen is a dude from Wyoming. This is one of the people they're trying to throw up, and they're trying to puff up out of nowhere. Every year, in my opinion, with the quarterbacks, ninjas in college are kind of really dominating Division I. They're really doing well. They're achieving. So at this point, they're just snatching colonizers from any school. They don't care where they're at. They don't care if they're accomplished. They don't care what the record is. They just care that they fit the profile, and they can say some shit like, I love his way he holds the ball in relation to his ear. He has great fundamentals. They could care less about his accomplishments or his record. It's gotten to that point. But this is another one of those guys. And their article reads, he's been working out with Johnny Manziel. I don't know if he's supposed to be good for Johnny or Johnny's supposed to be good for him. I don't know why. Basically, my whole damn point is, if that was a ninja,
Josh Allen's been working out with Johnny Manziel, and that's not a good thing. I mean, that's a terrible way to start your NFL career. If you want to be serious, why the hell would you be with a guy that doesn't take his career seriously?
But none of that shit was said about this. I don't really get the fucking point. Broncos signed top draft pick Garrett Bowles to a 4-year, $11 million deal.
Motherfucker.
Great for him. But why the fuck are they still not mentioning that he went to fucking prison? And they nitpicking on everything everybody else did, even if it was some words, dude. They're criticizing people for their emotions in the draft, saying it might be a problem later. But nobody's talking about this motherfucker that went to prison. And they still showing the picture with him holding his baby. Anybody else, they would have been using that baby as a prop. They would have killed him for it. Again, positive article. He signed his contract. If he was a ninja,
he signs a deal, 4 years, $11 million, but I don't know if I would have did that. It would have been incentive laden. I would have put a lot of clauses in there. We have to be careful with this guy. It was a dumb pick in the first round anyway.
But it's cool for him. It's all good. This one seems innocent enough, but I'm going to tell you why I have a problem with this one. It says, look, Prescott and Elliott bobbleheads are unveiled. Dak Prescott and Zeke Elliott for Dallas. And then another one, it says, Dak Prescott and Zeke Elliott go to a UFC fight. You know why that's an issue? You know why I have a slight issue with that one? It's because if those were two damn colonizers that did the same thing they did last year, it would read,
Prescott and Elliott getting ready for the season. Sophomore predictions looking really great for them. I can't wait to see how better they get.
They're not talking about football. They're talking about bullshit. Bobbleheads and trips to a UFC fight. That's the difference. Bears rookie Trubisky makes solid impression as camp opens.
Motherfucker.
For real? Solid impression? They haven't done shit yet. But they're all on this damn jock already that, you know what, I'm gonna keep pushing from that one. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Okay, for this one. Again, this is said by Hugh Jackson, but it's one quote and they're not grabbing all of the quotes. I'm sure he said 10 or 12 positive things about this young man, but they took this one. Kaiser hasn't played in a pro-style offense, has much to learn. So does every fucking quarterback that comes out. Jared Goff got a lot to learn. He couldn't even get on the field last year. He couldn't take a goddamn snap from center, but there's not an article about it. Every quarterback that comes in has a lot to learn. What are you talking about? Goff and fucking Carson Wentz didn't play in a pro-style offense. Nobody seemed to give a fuck last year. So why the hell is it being talked about with Deshaun Kaiser? Again, preparation is key. They got to prep everybody for the bullshit they're going to do during the season so it seems normal. A quote from Coach Marone, no doubt Bortles' throwing motion